We are just 1 week away from our next pay-per-view, Backlash. And tonight, we are live from Rosemont, Illinois, for Monday Night Raw. And it appears that we are kicking off this week's episode of Raw with the General Manager. He is back. Shane McMahon returns after 2 weeks on the sideline, courtesy of a future shock DDT at the hands of the man that he handpicked as World Heavyweight Champion, Drew McIntyre. So what will Shane McMahon have to say tonight after he was stabbed in the back? In the words of Owen Wilson, wow, Shane McMahon will be the special guest referee in the World Heavyweight Championship match at Backlash. What a bombshell to kick off Monday Night Raw. And still to come tonight, we have United States Championship action with the supposed champion, the face of America, Kevin Owens, going one-on-one with the Bulgarian brute, Rusev. And we have a huge tag team main event as the Kings of Wrestling, the tag team champions, will be in action against the unlikely alliance which we saw last week of the Viper, Randy Orton, and the monster among men, Braun Strowman. Finally, Kurt Angle able to talk some sense into Jason Jordan. Oh dear God.
Since we're here today, let me take a little survey. Ladies and gentlemen, what day is today? Rusev Day.
That was a deafening Rusev Day from the crowd here in Rosemont as the Bulgarian brute Rusev makes his way to the ring to challenge for the United States Championship. Well, the championship which Kevin Owens is passing off as the United States Championship, because we have had no official confirmation that Shinsuke Nakamura was stripped of the championship or is unable to compete after Survivor Series. So at the moment, we don't know if this is a farce or if this is indeed legit. Last week, Kevin Owens successfully defended his apparent championship against Chris Jericho, and tonight he goes one-on-one against Rusev. What a day! It's Rusev Day. And here comes the self-proclaimed face of America and the United States Champion, Kevin Owens. Not exactly the reception you would expect to receive if you are indeed the face of America. And of course, we don't know if he is the legitimate United States champion, but it's interesting that these two should go one-on-one tonight, because both of these men played a part in attacking Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion, in my opinion, at Survivor Series. It was these two that cost Team Rock on the night, and tonight they go one-on-one for this championship. So we are almost all set to go, and the crowd here in Rosemont taking a keen dislike to Kevin Owens. Seems to be the case most places that Kevin Owens goes. And Owens hands over that championship belt to our official, and Rusev takes a good look. Two very untrustworthy individuals in the ring, and also one on the outside, Aiden English. As the referee signals for the bell to get this matchup underway, and Rusev came steaming out the corner. And Aiden English looks on very happy with that start. And Kevin Owens will have to keep an eye out, because if English gets an opportunity, he will get involved. But the Bulgarian Brute doesn't need a helping hand at the moment. Dominant start by Rusev on Rusev Day. Hip toss takedown followed by an elbow to the arm, and the champion, the self-proclaimed champion, is in trouble. And Rusev with the power. And the Bulgarian Brute, regardless or not the state of this championship, he is not messing around, and Kevin Owens has to realize he is in a fight, and Owens now begins to fight. But Rusev turns the tables once again. Kevin Owens stops him in his tracks, sends him across the ring, and Owens with a clothesline takedown and a pin. One. Just a one count. First bit of offense by the champion. I say that, with a lack of confidence, as Owens picks up Rusev, and now Kevin Owens, using his power and strength, takes a lot to take a man up like Rusev, and a pin. One. Owens trying to get this done and dusted. Two pins in quick succession, but only one counts. It's going to take a lot more to keep Rusev down than just a clothesline and a Samoan drop. And Rusev now goes to work in the corner. Shoves Kevin Owens into the turnbuckle. German suplex dumps Kevin Owens on the back of his head, and Owens is left reeling. Rusev bringing up Owens to his feet for a knee in the face, and then a punch to the gut, followed by a second. And Rusev scoops up Owens, and a tree of woe. And Kevin Owens, a cannonball. We're used to seeing that from KO. 1, 2, and Rusev giving Kevin Owens a taste of his own medicine with the cannonball, and now submission applied in the middle of the ring. So far, so good for the challenger. A very dominant start by Rusev, in which Aiden English has just been able to look on, but a super kick by the champion right on the jaw puts Rusev down, and Rusev slow to get to his feet. Kevin Owens ties up, snapmare takedown, and now a headlock trying to wear down the bull that is Rusev. Rusev kicking, trying to break free, does so, and now a headlock from Rusev, releases it, went for a punch. Kevin Owens one step ahead. Owens ties up Rusev, snaps him down again, and back to the headlock. A wise move by Kevin Owens, try and take a bit of the steam out of the bullishness of Rusev. But Rusev again gets to his feet, releases the hold, and now sends Kevin Owens off the ropes and takes him up and down. And that hurt the back of the champion. And I've got to think somewhere Shinsuke Nakamura has to be looking on. And unfortunately, I did not get the time to catch up with General Manager Shane McMahon. He's a very busy man, as you have seen. So I was unable to get any answers from him regarding the United States Championship situation. So we have to go with the fact that Kevin Owens is telling the truth. Interesting. As Owens takes down Rusev into the corner, and Rusev taunts the fans in Rosemont, and a cannonball, that's how you do it. And now, Aiden English decides to poke his nose. And Kevin Owens exchanging words with Aiden English, and that gave Rusev time. And that is what Aiden English is there for. Bought Rusev some time, and Rusev now back in the match after that cannonball did the damage. But Kevin Owens trying to force back Rusev, but Rusev stands his ground. And Rusev, oh, look at this. Alabama slam. Could have him. Pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Kevin Owens gets the shoulder up, and Rusev talking to Aiden English there. I think he thought he had him. And Rusev backs off, takes a moment. Kevin Owens looking to try and crawl to the corner was Kevin Owens, and Rusev grabbed the foot, and Kevin Owens caught Rusev off guard. Pop power bomb. 1, 2, 3. One mistake. And the sneaky face of America pulls off the victory. The pop-up power bomb gets the job done. 1, 2, 3. And Aiden English had no chance to make the save. Kevin Owens retains that apparent United States. Wait just a second. Oh boy. Maybe now we will get some answers. Because the king of strong style is here. Shinsuke Nakamura is here. And just look what he has around his waist. The United States Championship. Kevin Owens has been found out. Where did he get that championship from? WWEshop.com? It doesn't matter. The proof is right here. Nakamura was never stripped of the United States Championship. Nakamura was never confirmed as unable to compete after Survivor Series. But Kevin Owens decided to capitalize on the situation that him and the Bulgarian brute Rusev created, and decided to claim the United States Championship as his own. Well, Nakamura has seen enough, and the true champion, the undefeated champion, is here tonight. And what a moment this is. championships in hand, eyeball to eyeball. Oh, Nakamura, boot to the midsection, Kinshasa! Kevin Owens, the face of America? Or should we call him the fraud of America? Nakamura is back. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just 1 week away from Backlash, and after last week's attack to the Intercontinental Champion, it has been made official. It will be the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin, going one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship against the champion, the Architect, Seth Rollins. And speaking of the Intercontinental Championship, we have the former champion, the glorious Bobby Roode, set for singles action next here tonight. And Bobby Roode will be looking to get back to winning ways after losing that championship and failing in his rematch with the Architect, Seth Rollins. Bobby Roode gave it his best shot, worked the knee of Seth Rollins, but Rollins overcame the pain to retain his championship, which has now led to that match at Backlash. Baron Corbin, a new challenger to the Intercontinental Championship, and a completely different test for Seth Rollins. And speaking of different kinds of tests, well, Bobby Roode has got one tonight. Because here in Rosemont, Illinois, Bobby Roode goes one-on-one with the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. And for Samoa Joe, he will be on the receiving end of a backlash from Jeff Hardy at our next pay-per-view when the two go one-on-one. Because how can we forget, at Survivor Series, the undisputed at the time WWE Championship match, no disqualification between Jeff Hardy and the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar. Jeff Hardy, you could say, was on the verge of becoming the new champion until Samoa Joe decided to cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and all chaos broke loose. And the referee signals for the bell to get this contest underway, and these two tie up for the first time, and Bobby Roode goes for the arm of Jeff Hardy, ducks underneath, and Hardy's going to have to find a way to escape, to break this hold, but Bobby Roode lets him go. I see. Wanted to take the opportunity to tell everybody here in Rosemont just how glorious he is. But Jeff Hardy could care less about that. And now a shot to the back of Bobby Roode. Trying to keep hold of Roode here. Takes him up and down, and a headlock now. And a punch to Bobby Roode, and now these two again face off. And Bobby Roode comes forward, blocked by Jeff Hardy. And Hardy takes him up, and an invert and atomic drop. And that puts down the glorious one. And I'm sure the Samoan submission machine is watching this one. He is set to face Jeff Hardy at Backlash. And Samoa Joe, like I said, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase at Survivor Series unsuccessfully. He had the Kokida clutch on champion Brock Lesnar, only for Jeff Hardy to hit a swanton bomb to break the hold. And then Brock Lesnar, the beast that he is, with a double F5 to retain his championship. And you can check out Survivor Series on my YouTube channel, the full pay-per-view, as Bobby Roode picks up a 1 count. And Roode brings Hardy to his feet. Jeff Hardy replies with a punch to the face. And Hardy now sends Rude over the top rope and stuns him across the top rope. And this is a dangerous position for the Glorious One. Hardy taking a look. The Daredevil flies through the air and takes out Bobby Roode. And that is what Samoa Joe will have to contest with. That never say die attitude of Jeff Hardy, the risk taker, showing it once again that he'll put his own body on the line to gain a victory. But Roode back to his feet. And now Bobby Roode heads up, second rope. And Bobby Roode, with a gut-wrench suplex, took down Jeff Hardy. Pin. 1, 2. Oh, and Jeff Hardy just got the shoulder up, and Roode aggressively talks to our official. He thought it was 3, but it wasn't. Just 2. And now Bobby Roode showing off again to the fans here in Rosemont. Needs to keep his eye on Jeff Hardy at all times. If Bobby Roode wants to get back into the mix of the Intercontinental Championship, he will need to score a victory tonight. And Roode waits for Hardy. Calls up Jeff Hardy. And I'm sure Samoa Joe is enjoying what he sees at the moment. As Hardy slow to gather his bearings. Hardy now finally comes around, turns around, and a blockbuster by Bobby Roode. And suddenly, Roode is in control. Bobby Roode, shot to the back of the neck, rocks Jeff Hardy into the corner. Hardy bounces out the corner and comes back out. And now Hardy. Oh, Jeff Hardy, whisper in the wind. A change of gear from Jeff. 1, 2. And Bobby Roode gets the shoulder up. Quick as a cat is Jeff Hardy. And a shot. And another one. And Roode hits the ropes. Crowd firmly behind Jeff Hardy here in Rosemont. And I think many believe that Jeff Hardy would have become the undisputed champion at Survivor Series if it wasn't for the cash-in of Samoa Joe. And Jeff Hardy now looking for the twist of fate, but Roode fully aware of it. And Bobby Roode spine buster with authority. 1, 2. And Hardy kicks out at 2. Great resilience from the charismatic Enigma. And now Bobby Roode begins to put the boots to Jeff Hardy. And the tag undisputed can no longer be said for Brock Lesnar. He is just the WWE champion after Shane McMahon gave the World Heavyweight Championship to Drew McIntyre, the ungrateful, backstabbing leader of the New World Order. And Shane McMahon, of course, dropping the bombshell here tonight that he will be the special guest referee in the match between AJ Styles, the challenger, and champion Drew McIntyre at Backlash. And we could be looking at another bombshell right now. Bobby Roode on the verge of defeating Jeff Hardy. As Roode calls up Hardy, but Hardy caught the boot. Boot to the midsection. Twist of fate. And a cruel twist of fate for Bobby Roode. He thought he had Hardy right where he wanted him. But surprisingly, Jeff Hardy not going for the Swanton Bomb. What's this? Oh, Jeff Hardy with the submission, with the arm lock. And Jeff Hardy may be sending a message to Samoa Joe, and Bobby Roode is forced to tap out. Wow. Well, this is how Hardy got the job done. The twist of fate, we're used to seeing that. But not so much this. Hardy with the submission maneuver and Rude taps out. The charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy, victorious here tonight via submission. Message sent to his opponent at Backlash, the Samoan submission machine, Samoa Joe. I cannot wait for these two to get it on. And they will get it on in a match which will be one hell of a backlash when the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy goes one-on-one with the destroyer and Samoan submission machine Samoa Joe. And confirmed earlier this evening, Jason Jordan has got his head straight and the former champions, the American Alpha, look to recapture Tag Team Championship silverware when they face off against the Kings of Wrestling on the Backlash kickoff show. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, and it is time for your main event, your tag team main event, as the Kings of Wrestling, the tag team champions Cesaro and Cassius Ohno, make their way to the ring. And just to be clear, this is a non-title match here this evening. Of course, the date is set for the Kings of Wrestling to face off against the American Alpha at Backlash on the kickoff show. But tonight, the Kings of Wrestling face off against an unlikely alliance which we saw last week come to the aid of AJ Styles to fend off Scott Hall and Kevin Nash of the NWO. The Viper, Randy Orton, and the Monster Among Men, Braun Strowman, who both participated in the 4-on-4 elimination match at Survivor Series and appear to have unfinished business with the Outsiders. And anybody who has got unfinished business with the Monster Among Men is in deep trouble. And hold on a second, I'm getting word from the back. One sec. Oh wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I can make this official. At WWE Backlash, it will be the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, going up against the Viper, Randy Orton, and the monster you see right here, Braun Strowman. So how will these two get on here tonight ahead of that match at Backlash? The tag team champions have their work cut out for them this evening. Again, this is a non-title match, but it is indeed a very interesting scenario. And the referee signals for the bell to get our main event underway. The Kings of Wrestling, Cesaro, and of course Cassius Ohno, the man that retired John Cena, against the Viper Randy Orton and the Monster Among Men Braun Strowman. And at the moment, Cesaro and Orton, European uppercut after European uppercut. Who's gonna go down first? Oh! Randy Orton puts down Cesaro. And now the chin lock by the Viper. And can Randy Orton trust Braun Strowman? He is a loose cannon. We saw that firsthand when he had enough of Triple H. Could he walk out on Randy Orton here tonight, or even worse, at Backlash? We're going to get to see right now how they do get on, and Cesaro going to work on the midsection and then an uppercut of his own, and this time puts down the Viper. And drives the knee into the side of the face of Randy Orton. And the Kings of Wrestling would be wise to cut the ring off, keep Randy Orton away from Braun Strowman. Cesaro and Ono will not want Braun Strowman involved in this match in any capacity. And at the moment, Cesaro is doing a good job. Backs Orton into the corner of the Kings of Wrestling, the current tag team champions. And now Cassius Ono in the ring. And Ono tying up Randy Orton. Oh, goodness me. Randy Orton at this rate might not make it to Backlash, because the tag team champions are picking him apart. Cassius Ono up and down goes the Viper. And the Kings showing at the moment that they have great chemistry, and that's something we haven't seen yet from Orton and Strowman. In fact, it's just been Randy Orton thus far. No real tag team work at all. And that is why you see Randy Orton in the corner of the Kings of Wrestling. And the crowd here in Rosemont trying to get behind Orton. But again, Cassius Ono quick to drag Randy back to their corner. And they're doing a great job at cutting the ring off. Excellent tag team maneuver. And Cesaro takes a look at Braun Strowman. Well, he had a look, but he didn't want to go near him, did he? Oh, but he might have to go near him now. Tag has been made. The monster is in the ring. And Braun Strowman just runs over Cesaro. And now this is trouble. This is not the predicament the Kings of Wrestling wanted to be in. And certainly not where Cesaro wanted to be in. Being squashed by Braun Strowman. And Strowman antagonises Cassius Ono. You don't see that often. Oh, and blasts Cassius Ono off the apron. And the American Alpha and Kurt Angle will be watching this and enjoying what they see. They'll be hoping Braun Strowman causes as much carnage as possible. Strowman put down momentarily. And the NWO are getting to see what they have to contest with. And Braun Strowman, oh my God. And Cesaro gets the hell out of there. And so would I. But Cassius Ono has to stand and fight and run straight into a spine buster. 1, 2. And Ono kicks out at 2. And that smug look, which we've seen on the face of the Kings of Wrestling for the last few weeks since they won their tag team titles, has well and truly gone. A look of concern on the face of Cesaro, a look of pain on the face of Cassius Ono as Braun Strowman goes to work in the corner and launches Cassius Ono across the ring. And when have you ever seen Ono be manhandled like that? On Cassius Ono, small package, 1. Just a 1. And that looked like a desperate move by Cassius Ono. They want this over and done with as quickly as possible. And Braun Strowman might just make it happen. 2 count. And now Braun Strowman, oh, God almighty. And somehow Cassius Ono gets to his feet and finds a way to escape Braun Strowman momentarily. And Strowman tried to get up to his feet again, and Cassius Ohno wants to keep him down on the mat, keep him grounded, but for how long? This is smart from Cassius Ohno. Submission applied. And Strowman now has to find a way out. We know he's got the power and strength to do so, and he does. He breaks the hold. Cassius Ohno having to be quick, having to be fast. Sends Strowman to the corner. And the tag team champions again making use of their tag team skills. Boot to the face by Cesaro. And now Cesaro puts the boots to Braun Strowman. And Cesaro looking for the sharpshooter right in the middle of the ring. And Braun Strowman being put under pressure here. And Scott Hall and Kevin Nash will take positives from this. The referee asking the question. I've never heard Braun Strowman say, "I quit." And Strowman is not planning on quitting tonight. Breaks the sharpshooter. And takes up and down. Just lifts up Cesaro like he weighs nothing. And now Cesaro in a bad place in the corner of Braun Strowman and the Viper, Randy Orton. And now these two. Wow. A double team maneuver from the most unlikely of teams. And Cesaro was trying to crawl his way to his corner. Wants to get the tag to Cassius Ohno, but Orton cuts the corner off, and Orton takes a look just to check there's going to be no issues with Cassius Ohno sneaking in the ring. Smart by the Viper, the veteran. Now grabs Cesaro and dumps him in the corner. And I've got to say, albeit it's not quite fluent, this tag team duo of Orton and Strowman is coping rather well. You have the smart, calculated Viper, and then you have the power and aggression of the monster. Vintage Randy Orton. And the crowd want an RKO. And Randy Orton might just give it. Rosemont, you're getting a gift from the Viper. Oh, but Cesaro wouldn't let him deliver. Oh! Very European uppercut right on the jaw. And oh God, Orton made the tag. And now the monster hits the ring. Cesaro should have paid attention, was too happy with himself, evading the RKO. And Cesaro tags out, but Strowman, or Braun Strowman, could care less. The monster almost waited and invited Cassius Ohno into the ring. And now Cassius Ohno has nobody to tag out to. Cesaro is hurt. And it's Strowman and Ohno. And he just launches Cassius Ohno across the ring. And one half of the tag team champions is being ripped apart. And the monster has become unleashed. But Cassius Ohno trying to fight back, but not for long. Braun Strowman takes him up and tries him down. And a pin. 1, 2. Oh, Cassius Ohno kicks out at 2, but how much more is in the tank of Cassius Ohno? Big punch. Oh God, no. The reverse choke slam. Face. Oh, wait a minute. Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and we're in black and the white right now. And Hall and Nash got the attention of Braun Strowman, and oh God! No! 1, 2, oh! Braun Strowman was nearly defeated by Cassius Ohno after the distraction of the New World Order. But Strowman found a way to kick out, and oh God, it wasn't enough. Or was it? Cassius Ohno escaped the running power slam. But Strowman gets up again. Oh, rolling elbow right on the jaw. Are we seeing a shock? 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. The kings of wrestling. I have to consider that a massive upset. Tag team champions or not, Cassius Ohno has just pinned Braun Strowman with an aid of the New World Order, the Outsiders, Hall and Nash, providing a distraction, but Cassius Ohno still had work to do for the 1, 2, 3. Well, Cassius Ohno and Cesaro may be surprised themselves. And the monster among men is raging. Oh dear God. After the announcement earlier this evening, General Manager and now special guest referee Shane McMahon decided to pay a visit to both champion and challenger ahead of their match at WWE Backlash. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw, and this is an unexpected appearance by the Samoan Empire, led by the Big Dawg, Roman Reigns. Not scheduled to be here tonight, the Big Dawg, but he looks like he's got something on his mind. Maybe a certain demon on his mind, because over the past couple of weeks, Finn Balor and his demon have been keeping a watchful eye over the Samoan Empire, and especially the Big Dawg, Roman Reigns. So what will Reigns have to say tonight in this unscheduled appearance to close Monday Night Raw? I guess we're about to find out. What is that noise? I'm not talking about Reigns. What is that? Oh, I think I know exactly what that is. Well, Roman Reigns, ask and you shall receive. Roman Reigns called out the demon, and the demon has been summoned. The past couple of weeks, Finn Balor has been watching Roman Reigns and the Samoan Empire from afar, and tonight the Samoan Empire gets an up close look at what they are dealing with. Finn Balor has gone to that place. The war paint is on. And Finn Balor brings his demon to Monday Night Raw. And just listen to this crowd here in Rosemont. It is unbelievable. But Reigns stands his ground, stands in his yard. Roman Reigns has not budged. But oh, wait a minute. Wait just a minute. Jimmy and Jey Uso moving in. Jimmy and Jey blocking the path of the demon. The Usos doing the dirty work, but Finn Balor, the demon, fears no one. And here we go. Pele kick. And the crowd on their feet here in Rosemont. And the Usos try to attack first, but it's no use. Reverse 1916 on the concrete floor. The Samoan Empire has just crumbled before the Big Dawg, and now face to face with his demon. Here we go. Oh, Reigns went for the Superman punch, but gets countered with a sling blade. And now Finn Balor brings Roman Reigns to his feet. Big chop, followed by another. Reigns has to find a way to counter, and he hasn't found anything yet. Shotgun drop kick. And now the demon rises to the top rope. Coup de grace. Has the Big Dawg bitten off more than he can chew? Calling out Finn Balor, and oh my, a second coup de grace. The Rock couldn't do it, but maybe the demon can. Will Finn Balor put down the Big Dawg in his own yard at WWE Backlash?